Hello friends, welcome to another video guide. Today we're going to be covering my full endgame Bloodied Stealth Crit Commando build. I use this build for all of my commando weapons and it works perfectly fine, even the ones that aren't technically silenced. Now the perk cards are going to be a little bit different and not something you would usually see, but just keep in mind this is a full endgame build and I have a lot of maxed out legendary perk cards for this. And with that, let's go over them. Now for the regular perk cards in here, you'll see that there's a lot of maxed out stats. Now the reason for this is because of the legendary perk cards that I do have, which allows me to use more perk cards to put more damage, more resistances, utility, as much as I possibly can into this build. Now for suppressors and tenderizer, I don't know if they really work together. I've been told that they haven't, but I haven't found any information saying otherwise. Now, for the legendary perk cards, here's what we have. We have a lot of, or actually everything in here is completely maxed out. We have maxed out strength, intelligence, agility, and luck, as well as maxed out follow through. And now, for the last perk card that I do have, it's Master Infiltrator, because I run a lot of silos and do a lot of hacking and lockpicking, or you can do maxed out follow through for more damage. Now, at the bottom of, or in the description, we'll have all of the links to the build and all that other good stuff, so if you guys want to check that out on your own, you guys can. But I want to say thank you to everyone's suggestions and criticisms in the other videos. It allowed me to build this build. But anyways, moving on, here is the weapon that we're going to be using. The reason why we're using a Berserker's 5015 is because I want to showcase its damage potential with just technically the 50 crit roll. Since I'm using full armor, Berserker's does nothing for the damage. Now, as usual, we're going to be going to the Mylar Queen and testing out the damage with 0 buffs and just our mutations and whatever it is that we do have. But Mylar Queen is actually one of the tankier enemies in the game, so this should be a pretty reasonable damage test. But as you can see, it's tearing through her. Since the low mag size, probably could have one-clipped her if it was just a little bit more. Now for the second test, we're going to the Super Mutant Behemoth, which, as you can see, completely annihilates him. Not even a chance to react, and this whole entire area is cleared. But if that's not enough to pique your interest in the build or pique your interest in a sneak crit commando build, let's go ahead and show this weapon, or this build, at Earl. Now just to show you guys that we're still using the exact same handmade, here it is, the Berserker's 50 crit VATS crit fill with all of its good stuff. But we are going to be buffing up as much as we can just to showcase what this weapon or this build has potential to do with a meh weapon. But we'll be using Ballistic Bach and Blight Soup. Right now it says Blight Soup can only do crit damage at 50, but with Herbivore it doubles that to 100%. With Live Love 3s, we'll be able to push that up to 187%, but I decided not to use it during this run. Now, for the chems, we're going to be using Overdrive and Psychotats. Now, if you want to use those, or if you have those, always use Overdrive first and Psychotats next. But since I had some small guns bobbleheads, we'll be throwing a little bit of that on as well. But, like I said, Overdrive first, Psycho Buff, or Psycho Chem, whatever one that you use. So you can stack that damage. Now for the beginning of this, I made a couple of mistakes where it leads me to dying not only once, but twice. Rookie mistake. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Now due to these mistakes, since I wasn't able to come down in time, Earl ended up fully healing, which is very unfortunate, so I decided to rebuff and keep it moving. Okay, so with the full reset, we use a lot of canned coffee, or this build I use a lot of canned coffee. You can also use company tea, which is probably the best AP regen drink there is in the game. But I use canned coffee because I'm used to stacking them quite a bit to have that slight infinite AP burst, which allows me to proc a lot of crits and just continue using VATS the entirety of the fight. But as you can see, the damage is really, really nice. It's cutting through him as a Berserker's 50 crit weapon. Now, right now we're cutting through, or I cut the video up as much as I can to kind of show you that it's able to mutate him as well as dish out the damage and taking advantage of Gunfu as well, which also procs adrenaline and stacks a little bit more damage. Now, as you can see, the damage is pretty good. You don't necessarily need canned coffee or company tea. It's just really nice to have that infinite AP or that really fast AP regen to keep the crits rolling and keep you in VATS as much as possible. But a nice clean kill. If I didn't mess up, this would have actually been done a lot faster. But with that, let me know your guys' thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If there's anything that you would change, or if you have any other information to possibly make the build even better, please let me know. But with that, as always, again, links in the description for the build. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy hunting. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.